Howdy folks, I'm Flarm the Irregular, and there's Flam the regular. No, it's Amber, apparently. Amber the regular Amber. And here's some Reddit. Our first letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for going off on my husband after he lied about an emergency just so I could wake up and make him breakfast?" That is right, folks. The boy who cried wolf. My husband, a 32-year-old male, started working a new job recently. He has to wake up 2 hours earlier than me. He complained about me not being awake to make him breakfast. When I suggested he do it himself, he said that he can't find the time and also has no experience in cooking. He begged me to wake up with him and make him breakfast, but I refused. I work a highly demanding job, plus I'm 4 months pregnant and I need all the sleep I can get. He tried everything from begging to demanding to even using outside support, aka his mom, to pressure me into caving, but I still put my foot down on this. In the past few days, I noticed a pattern of him making up emergencies to wake me up and then have me make breakfast since I'm awake anyways. It happened twice. Twice too many times. Third time was yesterday. 3 times too many times. I was asleep and he woke me up screaming that there was a fire in the kitchen. I instantly jumped up from bed and started running around like crazy. I checked the kitchen and there was no fire. He came in laughing, saying he just did this to trick me and have me right where he wanted me, and that is the kitchen. That's a gross statement. I was shocked, especially when he so casually told me to start preparing his breakfast. I felt so awful, I absolutely let loose on him. I went off on him like I've never done before, leaving him standing there in shock. I went back to bed and he came after me saying that I was controlling and selfish. Oh, laughable from the man who's like, "I've got you right where I want you. Now make me breakfast, woman." And selfish to deny him food and then yell at him for it. I ignored him and he left for work but didn't call or text. His mom did though, and she had nothing nice to say. Matter of fact, she said that with this attitude, she wouldn't be surprised when she hears that I was yelling at her grandchild for wanting to eat one day. She then listed all of my duties, which includes making breakfast for my hard-working husband and not raising my voice on him, much less go off on him. My husband resumed the silent treatment after he came home, implying that I hurt his feelings or something. Was I the jerk for my reaction? Did I overreact? And Amber is holding up the divorce card. Divorce. You get a divorce and you get a divorce. You all get divorces except for you happily married people. Oh no, OP. No, you're not the jerk here. This is absurd. Like, what he has done here is abusive. You need to run. This is not going to get better. In fact, it's probably going to get worse. He's throwing a temper tantrum, a hissy fit. Move out. Have him move out. I don't know. Something. File divorce papers as soon as possible. This is not how healthy couples resolve conflict. Tricking a person into thinking that there's an emergency so that you get up and make someone breakfast is just about the worst thing possible, right? You are not under any kind of obligation to make him breakfast when he's doing this. This is just the worst behavior. It's just ick. Gross. So yeah, anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, tell him to prep his food the night before. OP, before going to bed, fill a baby bottle with milk so that in the morning your husband can eat like the child that he is. Harsh, but true. I felt that burn over here. Not the jerk. It was your mother-in-law's fault in the beginning that he doesn't know how to cook. That's on him for not learning enough to make himself breakfast. It's not your fault that he's not adult enough to step up. He's causing you unnecessary stress, and imagine this continues after you have the baby. Alright folks, our next letter is titled, "Am I the jerk for letting my son call my best friend Mama even though it bothers her boyfriend. I'm a 26-year-old female, and I'm the mom of a 1-year-old little boy who is quite literally the light of my life. I admittedly was more than a little scared when I got pregnant. I had just turned 25 and I was getting out of a toxic relationship and I was going through a lot emotionally. My best friend Nina, 25-year-old female, was there by my side the whole time. She was there for the morning sickness, the midnight cravings, the doctor appointments, the nursery assembly, all of it. She was the one holding my hand when my son was born. And she cut the cord too. We even joked about getting her to sign the birth certificate because she pretty much is his other parent. Her boyfriend Nate wasn't really on board with how much time she and I spent together before I got pregnant, and he was even less happy about how close we became during and after. It's not my relationship though, so I stay out of it as much as I can because I don't want to cause issues. The other day, we were all having lunch with some friends. My son was being passed around the table, getting love from everyone, but at one point he started asking for mama. He's never called me mama. He's been trying to say mommy, so when he asks for me, it just sort of sounds like I knew that he was asking for Nina, and she knew that too, so naturally she picked him up and got him settled. Nate asked her why she wasn't giving him to me if he asked for his mother, and Nina told him that she was the mom he was asking for. A while after I got home and put the baby to bed, I saw a text from Nate where he was basically getting onto me for allowing his girlfriend to be my son's mom. He said that my son wasn't Nina's responsibility and that her being so devoted to me and my child is interfering with their relationship. He also said that it makes him look stupid for his girlfriend to constantly have some other man's kid with her, and if she and I are going to continue with this, I could at least make my son call her his aunt instead. I never made my son call her mama. She was Aunt Nina, he just naturally called her mom too. I told Nate that. I also said that I never asked for Nina's help, but I was grateful for it. And if she ever wanted to stop by for any reason, then all she had to do was tell me. However, until she tells me that herself, I'm not going to stop my son from calling her mama. That's who she is to him now. Nina texted me later and said that she loves being my son's other mother, so I don't have to worry about any of what Nate was saying. She also apologized for the fact that he texted me to begin with. To be honest, I think they're definitely arguing about it now. I feel bad for causing a rift in the relationship, and maybe it was wrong for me to tell Nate point blank that I wasn't going to budge on what he asked. Does that make me the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think, jerk or not the jerk? Amber is shaking her head no. I think that this is a really complex situation. I don't think that OP, you are personally the jerk in this situation. However, there seems to be a level of closeness between you and your friend that is potentially bordering on like a emotional type affair type thing. It seems that you two are very, very close, and I think that this is starting to be an issue between her and her boyfriend, and legitimately to some degree. I think that some of his reasoning is gross, but some of his reasoning is actually legitimate. And I think that this is difficult because you and her are very close, but he sees this whole situation where you are almost closer to her than he is. And that is probably troubling to him and the state of the relationship. So I think at a certain point, Nina's going to have to choose you or him. And I think that that's really where this is going. So I don't think that you're personally at fault here, but I do think that your friend is prioritizing you and your relationship with her over her boyfriend. And I think that's problematic. I do. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk. Chosen family is a valid thing. If Nate doesn't want to be a part of it, that's on him, just as long as your friend is okay with it. And the only person that should be unhappy with your baby calling another woman mama is you. And if you don't have a problem with it, then there is no problem. You both sound very close, and this is what his real problem is with you. He sounds like an insecure jerk, not the jerk. Alright folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Making My Husband Think That the Kids Wrote on His Office Walls? My husband lives in his office. He's in there more than any other place around the house. My husband likes arts and crafts and ultimately DIY things. But the issue is, he does messy things with the kids and I'm always the one to clean up the stains. For example, my husband likes painting and the kids like painting too. So instead of doing these outside or non-messy things, he does most of the messy things and doesn't clean it. But the worst thing that he does is it's all in the places that I stay the most of the time. For example, the kitchen. I own a bakery down the street, I bake lots of cakes, and before using anything in the bakery, I don't like baking cakes with gross paint stains all over my counter, kitchen walls, etc. because he leaves it and I won't be able to get it out. I spend hours in the kitchen and I would like for it to be treated so. I've had at least 10 talks with him about this and I've explained. I've given him multiple different ideas to still do what he wants to do but in different places. Just stay out of my area. I would be fine if he actually made an effort to clean it, but he doesn't. Every time the conversation, it's like me talking to the wall. He says, okay, I won't do it again. But by the next week, I'm trying to get more stains out of the table, cabinets, and backboards, etc. That is some mess. Like, it's not even a little mess. He's like throwing paint everywhere. My last straw was with me sitting down for the 11th time and him saying that I was being dramatic. And the kitchen is a normal place to do arts and crafts, and it's not like I don't want our kids to have fun. Why can't he just respect where I spend so much time? I've never let the kids go and mess up his space, draw on his desk, and I don't even let them use his computer for games or anything. So I have this white film that mimics his office wall that we've put on before and had extras. I used it while he was at work and I put up on his wall so that the other one didn't actually get dirty and checked it out. I can admit that this wasn't the most mature thing to do, but honestly, I went the mature route 11 times. The wall was written on and pretty much looked like the back of my kitchen walls and tables, etc. He came home and was mad and came to yell at me on why I did what I did to his office. I played innocent and said that we were just doing some arts and craft. He was mad and went on a rant about how important his office is. That's his job. He can't have a little kid marks all over the place. And he said that I was an immature jerk for doing what I did. And now he's going to have to pay to have it fixed. I walked into his office and took down the paper that I had in place, showing him his clean wall. I told him that he didn't like having his stuff disrespected, and I don't like having mine disrespected. He's now doing it outside, but hasn't even looked my way. I told my mom, and she agreed with him, saying that it was innocent and cute for them to share these moments together. Alright folks, what do you think, jerk or not the jerk? Amber is shaking her head furiously. No, OP, you're not the jerk. I agree with you. You took the mature route 11 different times. How many times does someone have to be told to be respectful of your space? You did this in a non-harmful way. You didn't actually ruin his walls. If you had, I would say, yeah, that was a bad thing to do. You shouldn't have done that. But you didn't even do that. You did this in probably the most safe and contained way, and you showed him a lesson. You said, look, I don't like having my stuff disrespected, and don't do this because you don't like having your stuff disrespected. So I don't think you're the jerk here, OP. I think you handled this quite well. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Nope, not the jerk. You didn't damage his space like he did yours. You just proved your point. And now he's mad because you're right. It's bad to have your space and work disrespected. And also, who does not clean up after themselves? Yeah, apparently him. Men who think women are incubators. Alright folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have some tea and I guessed it right today. And Amber has some tea as well. Amber also has a joke book to pass to me. She wants me to read this one down here. Let's see if I can cover up the punchline. What did the rabbits do when they got married? Oh, they went on their bunny moon. I didn't even know what to say about that one. I'm like, this book is supposed to be family friendly. And I have Earl Grey. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving it a like. And if you didn't, consider giving it a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow. And Amber's waving bye.